Hello Lumia Island survivors. Welcome to Lumiapedia, where we'll do a deeper dive into our newest characters. Today, all eyes are on Isaac. Isaac has multiple ways to approach his enemies. His passive skill, Exploit, offers self-recovery along with the movement speed buff that allows him to stick to his enemies while chasing. His ultimate is an excellent execute style finisher.
뭐든 제대로 하려면 직접 해야 해.
With fast, rapid attacks, Isaac can cycle Exploit procs to trade blows. Matching the passive proc with enhanced abilities should be the main focus point for pilots who want to maximize Isaac's effectiveness. With different options to approach enemies and to proc Exploit, players can switch up their playstyles depending on the situation, allowing for a fun and stylish gameplay. Let's dive into the old man's bag of tricks. Isaac's skills includes his Q, Swoop, and his E, Hounded Arrest, along with his W, Reinforce, which gets additional effects when proccing Exploit with the previously mentioned abilities. His ultimate, the Heavy Hand of the Law, also gets additional effect when the ability is used as a way to proc Exploit. To start, his passive is Exploit. Making sure you're able to activate Exploit is the key part of piloting Isaac. You want to make sure your first opening combos proc the bonus from the passive as soon as possible. As both basic attacks and skills both count for Exploit stacks, players should look to weave in abilities to cancel animations to speed up their combos. Isaac target dashes to the selected enemy and does damage at the end. Swoop also helps stack up Exploit. Additionally, the shorter the distance covered, the faster the animation. Pilots can choose to use the ability in close combat to shorten the time needed to activate the passive, allowing them to do faster bursts of damage. While the ability requires a target, having vision allows Isaac to beat the strongest enemy in Lumia Island, walls. Reinforce gives additional tools to our not-so-gentleman. Not only can the ability be used to enhance other abilities, the ability can work as a basic attack animation cancel as well. Another important part of the skill is that proccing the passive with an enhanced attack lowers cooldowns on skills outside of ultimate and weapon skills. Keeping this in mind will let Isaac have a higher uptime with consistent cycles. Hound only covers a short distance, but has a short cast time that can be used flexibly. Using Hound activates Arrest, which can be used by recasting E. Hound cannot jump over walls. Arrest is only available for a limited time after using Hound, but pilots can choose to hold the ability a bit longer to get even closer before casting Arrest to make it even harder to dodge the skill shot. Arrest also applies stacks of Exploit, which means the ability can be used on multiple enemies. This skill is especially effective in team modes. Isaac blasts off and smashes into the ground with the Heavy Hand of the Law, offering mobility. The pre-animation also has crowd control immunity, allowing Isaac to use it defensively to play around important enemy skills. If the Heavy Hand of the Law is used to activate the final tick of Exploit, the skill does additional damage based on the enemy's missing health, giving Isaac a way to execute enemies running away from his brutality. The skill also knocks away enemies that have no stacks of Exploit, and pilots can freely choose to use the ability as crowd control to cancel enemy skills that require channeling. Isaac's priority is to stick close to his victims while sustaining himself with Exploit. Isaac is a character with abilities that are fairly simple. The skill ceiling for him is higher, and we hope that players who study Isaac can find themselves enjoying cycling combos and using skills flexibly depending on their matchups, especially with the Tonfa weapon skill, Quick Spin, offering multiple counter methods. We hope players enjoy playing and learning about the fast-paced test subject and hope to see them patrolling around Lumia Island soon. Next, let's talk about plants. Thanks to the healing in his passive, Isaac can sustain himself over long combats. To amplify the sustain, pilots need to focus on proccing Exploit as often as possible during combat. To help, we will opt into attack speed and cooldown reduction to allow faster passive procs and repeated cycles for even more sustain. We'll get into the nitty-gritty once we're in game. We chose the newly added Holster Tonfa as our base weapon. The weapon simply offers attack power and attack speed, but the attack speed stat synergizes extra well with our old man. The item is fairly easy to route, and routes can be flexibly changed for the Tonfa. For the head, we chose Virtuous Outlaw. Isaac is a melee character that has a short reach. This is one of Isaac's biggest weakness. Virtuous Outlaw has the Smooth Walker effect, which offers an extended basic attack range for Isaac after using a mobility skill. Isaac has multiple ways to activate Smooth Walker, which allows Isaac an easier time activating Exploit, letting him stick to his opponents with the bonus movement speed after. For the chest, we're going to try out Battlesuit. With Virtuous Outlaw as our headpiece, we are already missing some defense in our build, making us overly vulnerable as a melee character. We chose Battlesuit as a way to balance out our stats just a tad bit. For more experienced and confident Isaac pilots, Tuxedo is also a great option that offers more attack power and relies on the passive's healing in combat. Smart Band was our choice for the arm. Smart Band has attack power, cooldown reduction, omni-siphon, and even armor penetration. Smart Band has a great mix of stats that Isaac synergizes well with, a character who wants to consistently sustain in fights. Feather Boots for our leg slot. Old Man's got some nice kicks. Attack speed naturally synergizes well with Isaac, as attack speed allows Isaac to activate Exploit in a shorter span of time with auto attacks. Activating the passive multiple times in a fight can make the difference between a W and an L, so the Feather Boot is a great fit for the Isaac. Power Bunker was chosen for our Isaac build. Isaac can excel in shorter trades, playing around with his cooldowns and fighting when he wants to. In these scenarios, healing reduction greatly decreases the enemy's ability to heal back their lost HP. To make his short trades even deadlier, we went with the Power Bunker for our accessory. Let's talk a bit about Isaac's augments. While Isaac has many fitting augments, we went with Healing Factor. Healing Factor enhances Isaac's passive, strengthening his core mechanic of in-combat sustain even more. Paired with an additional offensive bonus thanks to Healing Factor, which combos well with the low cooldown on the augment, we believe that Healing Factor synergizes well with Isaac. Thea and Penny Pincher are great augments for everyone that offers safer growth. For our sub-augments, we went with Emboldened and Dulled Blades for more defense. Our saved plan is a 4-zoner that goes from Alley to Uptown to Hotel to Temple. Our adventure starts at Alley. Our gameplay involves using Oriental Concatation and hot honey water. Feel free to chew the bread as soon as you land. Use lighters you find to make boiling water. You can see which loot distribution you should follow thanks to the shining blue effects added in our previous patch. We highly recommend you to find 2 lighters to make 4 boiling water. You can additionally find a branch near the Hyperloop to develop your weapon a bit more. Next stop is Uptown. You can finish your weapon, Husser Tafa, right here. With Oilcloth, you can finish building your leg equipment. You can also find the second running shoes to build and prepare a white rhinos, which can later be built into blade boots. Make sure you did not forget any collectibles such as branch and flower before leaving Uptown. We then pay Hotel a visit. You can find chickens in this zone which have a chance to drop feathers. Getting a feather here speeds up your route a fair bit, so we highly recommend slaying them if you have the time to do so. After crafting motor, use the remote drone feature to deliver yourself a nail to finish your equipment. We recommend against fighting the wolves at Hotel at the moment. Our goal is to get to the Tree of Life, and we want to make sure we get to our destination in time. Spending an overly long time here might compromise our build. Speaking of, our final stop is Temple. You can finish your gear here, as well as use your boiling water to make food to get ready to contest the objective. While we recommend fighting for Tree of Life to get transition items such as Blazing Dress or Frozen Echo, if you're a new player who feels not ready, feel free to farm the bears at Temple for a more consistent, safe way of getting stronger. You can also hyperloop to Beach after to see if there are more wild animals there as well. Isaac, the 59th test subject, is here to police Lumia Island. With this rough charm, Isaac is finally ready to show you who the real boss is. We hope this Lumiapedia has helped even just a tad bit. in getting a deeper understanding of our newest test subject. Well, class, we'll see you next time to discuss our 60th test subject, Tasia.